Hi there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the DutchRC channel, and I've got me another FPV monitor to review here. It is the Eachine LCD5800D. Now this one is from Banggood, and I'll have a link in the description so you can check out the availability and the pricing. This is a pretty affordable option if you are looking for an FPV monitor. And it is a little smaller than your regular FPV monitor, at least for me. I use my 10-inch monitor from Aomway so far. And now in this video I will of course show you what the LCD monitor looks like. And I'll try to give you an impression of what the screen quality is like. I'll also show you capture with the DVR, of course. And I'll also compare it to my Aomway 10-inch monitor, which is basically my go-to monitor. It's a very good monitor, very good reception, very good DVR. So I hope this Eachine monitor comes close to that at least. Let me first put a few specs of this monitor on screen. You can of course pause the video if you want a closer look at those. Let's see, the highlights of this monitor is of course 7-inch and yes, 5.8 gigahertz, 40 channel receiver, auto scan, it has a DVR and it can also do playback. And yeah, enough about the box. Okay, let's first have a look at what comes with this monitor. You get a rubber ducky antenna which will get you started, but you'd want to upgrade that to a circular polarized antenna like this if you want a better reception. You get a cleaning cloth for your monitor and a USB cable to charge it. Yes, the monitor has an internal battery, which is basically also a selling point of this monitor, I think. Very nice, an all-in-one base station it makes it more or less. So yeah, you charge it with the USB cable and you can probably also do firmware upgrades with the USB cable. Okay, the monitor also comes with an instructions manual with some specifications and what all the buttons are for and where your micro USB socket is, a power switch and all switches on the back. Yes, the monitor has some switches at the back as well. And key features, yeah, well, to be honest, the manual is pretty okay, but you are sometimes left wondering what button is for what, so I'll tell you in this video. Alrighty, and here is the monitor itself, with a few buttons at the front, as you can see, an Eachine logo, and you see this ridge over here, which has Velcro in it. Now that is for the Sunshield. I'll show you the Sunshield when we are in the outdoors. We can also evaluate then if the Sunshield helps. And let me see, yeah, the first thing I look for in a monitor, an FPV monitor that is, if the screen is reflective. And I don't know what the screen looks like to you with the studio lights shining onto it, but it is pretty non-reflective, so that is a good thing. And let me see, yeah, at the front of course you've got the 7-inch screen, you got an on-off switch over here. You've got a menu and a plus and minus, and those are only for the brightness and saturation and stuff. You've got a flip button. If your FPV camera is upside down, you can flip the screen with this switch over here. And you've got a switch for switching in between the DVR functions, so playback, or the FPV footage. Alright, and at the right side of the monitor we've got ourselves an on-off switch over here, a hard on-off switch, and the USB port. And at the back of the monitor we find ourselves 4 switches, 1 over here and 3 over there. Now this switch over here, the manual says something about on-off, but to be honest I haven't been able to figure out what this button over here does. It didn't seem to do anything really. We've got some vent holes and speakers. We've got the 3 buttons over here which are for the DVR. So for recording, this one over here is to start, stop recording. The other ones are to navigate through the files on the DVR and to playback videos. And you see this compartment over here which has the internal lipo. The Banggood product page says it has a 1300 milliampere 2S lipo. This one has a 1250. Yeah, as you can probably tell, you can fit larger lipos in it, and it has a GST plug over here, so that's pretty flexible. Not bad at all. And on the other side of the monitor, we've got ourselves our micro SIM card slot. The monitor can take up to 64 gigabytes, so that's pretty good. And at the top of the monitor we find ourselves the antenna connector, which is RP SMA, so it has the pin in it. And a scan button. Yes, the monitor auto scans for your frequencies. And lastly, at the bottom of the monitor we find ourselves a tripod mounting hole. Very good. So that's what the monitor looks like. And now it's time to take it out and see what the screen looks like and evaluate the DVR. So what the recorded files look like. Here we go. Okay, so what do we have here? Well, we've got the Eachine, a 7-inch FPV monitor over here. And for a comparison, I've got my 10-inch AOMWay monitor over here. Yes, it is diversity. So we might see some difference in reception as well. I'll also have a link to this monitor in the description down below. And I will be DVR recording with both. And I'll have links, annotation links to both recordings. The bare unedited recordings, and I'll also have links to them. Now it's pretty sunny, cloudy sunny at the moment. It's sunny, so yeah, that should give us an indication of how well these monitors do outdoors. Looking at them now, the AOMWay is a bit more glary than the Eachine, so for the Eachine that's a good thing. And over there I've got my XK X500 quadcopter. Let's see. Yeah, why am I not in an open field doing this test? Well, I don't want to make it too easy on the monitors. We've got several high-power Wi-Fi signals over here. Mine, for instance, over there as well, and one door further to the left as well. We've got some trees to block our signal. I'll be flying over there for safety, of course. There's no buildings or people over there. So let me get things set up and then we'll take the quadcopter out for a test. Okay, before I take off, I should mention that the Eachine monitor shows you if it's recording or not. So that's pretty convenient. Over here you see a record indicator and the time. Now, if I start the recording like so, now the time is in red numbers. So that's pretty nice. And let's start recording on this one as well. There. Okay, let's get it on. It is pretty windy, so the footage might not be super smooth. That's okay for this test. Okay. Clearing the trees, there we go. Okay,
My quadcopter is in GPS hold, which it always is. And let's make it do some turns. Okay, let us evaluate the usefulness of these monitors outdoors. I am actually surprised to see that the reception on the Eachine monitor is somehow better. That's unexpected. It's actually considerably better. Huh. Generally the reception on my Aomway monitor in an open field is very good. So I guess this is a good test. Huh. Okay, yeah, as you can probably tell, the reception on the Eachine monitor is great. I haven't seen breakup in it at all. Now in the recordings you will also see the word pause at the bottom, like this over here, and a recording indicator at the top. So in the unedited FPV recordings, that's introduced by the FPV camera I'm using on this quadcopter at the moment. So yeah, both monitors are completely usable outdoors, as mentioned in my test of this Aomway monitor. And the Sunshield and the anti-glare on the Eachine monitor works out very well too. So, this isn't bad at all. It is actually better than I had expected for this Eachine monitor. Oh yeah, and I hadn't shown you the lens hood, the Sunshield, yet either. Well, it's held on by Velcro as mentioned before, and it can be folded up for transport. Alright. I am actually impressed. Now, at this moment I haven't compared the DVR recordings of these two monitors. But if the DVR recording on the Eachine is any good, it is a great option. Yeah, it doesn't have an external power source like the Aomway. Over here it's powered by this enormous 3S lipo. You don't have that option with the Eachine monitor. Yeah, can't have everything, I guess. Okay, let's fly to a different spot. Maybe the Aomway monitor will be a bit happier then. One other difference between these two monitors is that the Eachine monitor doesn't record sound and the Aomway monitor does. So yeah. And again, I've lost complete reception on the Aomway. The quadcopter is flying behind this tree, this big tree over here. So it's not really surprising that the signal is blocked, but the Eachine monitor doesn't have a problem. Huh. Okay, I'm gonna turn the quad around and fly the other way. I'm flying left to right now. There's my quadcopter. Huh, I am actually very surprised by this difference in reception. I hope the monitors are visible for you as well. It's a bit hard, of course, to record monitors, especially in the outdoors. But in the FPV recordings you will definitely see the difference in reception quality. Okie dokie. Yeah, this looks very good for the Eachine monitor. Far better than I had expected. Very usable outdoors. Hey. Okay, well that's it. I hope this video gave you an insight of the quality of this Eachine FPV monitor. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. And hope to see you back in another video. Bye bye.